How about this for a very grand setting for a car? And in many ways, the humble Fiesta deserves such a majestic setting, because not only is this car Britain's best-selling new car, it's also become a motoring phenomenon. The Fiesta is very much now Ford's shining star. Not only is it the best-selling new car in the country, it's also the best-selling used car. And that's because people trust the Fiesta. People actually desire this as a small car. It is our favorite car. The model we're testing today is the Z-Tech S, the sporty version. It looks fun to drive. It's got this deep grille here, the smart LED headlights. As you can see, with the S, you actually get a sporty little body kit, very sporty alloy wheels, and as I say, at the back we have, just to top it all off, a very nice roof spoiler. Of course, it's a Super Mini, so we need to know just what it's like for space. Well, by Super Mini standards, it's got a nice deep boot here, can fit in, I would say, a couple of suitcases quite easily. Push chair will go in there, so it's actually a practical small car. The version we're testing today is the 3-door. You get the option of 3 or 5 doors. Clearly the 5 is for the people with the bigger family looking for more practicality. But if you're looking for style, this is the Fiesta to go for. As you can see, space in the back of the 3-door isn't too bad. I'm sitting here and I've got reasonable amount of leg room, reasonable headroom. You've just got the awkwardness of getting in and out of the back seat. And of course, the 5-door does give you the ease of getting in with 5 doors, and there's more space in the back of that. It's a car, in fact, the 5-door, that is very much like what you would have expected from a big family hatchback of a few years ago. I always like user-friendly dials, and it's certainly that when it comes to the Fiesta. On the main center console here, we've got, and winter's coming, very important, the heater controls, all nice, easy to hand. Temperature control here. I like a car that's easy to be used. The steering wheel has also got controls that you can operate for your telephone on there, which again is handy. Stops you being distracted, stops you looking away from the road. Just a press of 2 buttons and you can take the incoming call or press for going on the outgoing. The first thing you notice when you get inside the modern Fiesta is just how sophisticated this is now for a small car. It has a very high-tech feel to the cabin as well. In front of me here I've got the center console, which is very much like a mobile or an app. This is a car that's very much connected to the modern world. The other thing you remember, of course, when you're in a small car of the past, a Super Mini, was just how noisy and how uncomfortable they were. They felt like low-rent vehicles. Not anymore. The Fiesta has a very sporty dashboard. It's also remarkably quiet. I'm driving their 1-litre EcoBoost engine, which immediately has you thinking no power. How wrong you'd be. This is as smooth and as refined as any 1.6-litre engine you'll ever drive, and it's got the same performance. It is an engine that has already won twice the World Car of the Year engine section, so that shows you just how good this engine is. As I say, the refinement really does surprise you. This is just gliding along here smoothly, silently, and at motorway speeds it will cruise all day. This is not a Super Mini that's only at home in the city. This is a car that's just as comfortable on a long run on the motorway. There is one slight downside of the 1-litre EcoBoost engine, and that is its fuel economy. Ford say somewhere around about 60 mpg, but in reality this is doing just over 42 to the gallon, which is okay, but in the modern way of things it's a little disappointing. And if economy is what you're after, you need to go for a Fiesta with a 1.5 litre diesel engine, because that one will actually deliver you a much more impressive figure, somewhere probably nearer late 50s to early 60s. It doesn't take long behind the wheel of the Fiesta to realise just why it's become such a runaway sales success. This may well be only a Super Mini, but it's a Super Mini that ticks all the boxes. It's fun, it's great value, and in many ways it's the perfect example of how Super Minis have grown up and become so much more sophisticated. And if you don't want to take my word for it, 18 million customers can't be wrong.